Hello and welcome to our channel, Tuda Tarot. My name is Natasha.
And my name is Dina.
And today we are going to be speaking to you about the High Priestess Tarot card.
You know, it's a very interesting card because it's very cold. This is actually a nun, right? And we have a few beautiful cards for you to show and to discuss the meaning of this card in different layouts.
So if you guys like this video, please like and subscribe for more. It actually helps us out. If you like these decks, I'll include a link in the description for more information or if you want to purchase them. Let us know in the comments which one of these you prefer. Do you have a favorite? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 7? And if you have any requests, please let us know in the comments. If you have more questions about the High Priestess, Dina will be happy to answer all of your questions.
Right. Thank you so much.
So first we have this one here. This is the
Visconti
Tarot.
deck.
Yeah. And this is the actual deck. Then we have the
Wise spell.
Yeah, the Wise spell. And this is what the deck looks like. Then we have the High Priestess of the Gilded Tarot.
Gilded Tarot by Ciro Marchetti.
This one here. And of course we have the classic Rider-Waite. And that one looks like this. This is the Alchemy Tarot deck, which looks like this. And the Russian
St. Petersburg, right? Russian Tarot from St. Petersburg.
Which is this one here. Russian
Of
Tarot
St. Petersburg.
And finally, Tarot Grand Lux High Priestess. And the deck looks like this. And again, I'll include a link in the comments if you want more information or if you'd like to purchase one of these decks.
Thank you so much for this wonderful introduction, Natasha. Let's start. So first of all, I need to say about the key words that can be associated with this card. So the key words are intuition, secret, night, subconscious, silence, impartiality.
Wonderful.
And what kind of key ideas come to my mind when I think about the High Priestess? It's disinterest in relationships, surveillance, passive behavior, unconscious. So let's decide from which type of spreads we'll start. Maybe from the relationships, right? The layouts about relationships, this is what we usually do. So what can we say when we see this card as a main card that signifies our relationship to anybody? The High Priestess is not interested in a relationship. So if you see, let's say, if we make two rows, what you think about your partner, what you feel towards your partner, how you behave towards him or her, and this will be the same row from his side. The central card will be, let's say, Priestess, right? The highest Priestess. What does it mean? It means that there is no potential in your relationship because your partner or that person whom you consider your potential partner is not interested in a relationship. Why? In fact, because this card signifies a nun, right? She is still able to maintain a relationship with someone, but she will not take the initiative herself. Internal experiences for her, it may be a man for sure, are much more important than real relationships. She is like a snow maiden, cold and lifeless, and just like for the snow maiden, falling in love means dying for her. So your person about whom you are thinking is not interested in a relationship. Sometimes the High Priestess, this card may mean a person who pays too much attention to their rich inner world. Such a person shies away from relationships, considering all other people inferior, those who cannot understand their deepness, the richness of their inner world. So they treat you as inferiors, and again, it's not worthy of being in a relationship with such a person. Their inflated self-esteem is so high that to build a pleasant relationship with them is not possible, right? So when we see this card as a signifier of a situation, in a relationship, what can we say? This person is too focused on their self-esteem, their inflated self-esteem, or it can be a person hurt in the previous relationship and he or she just avoids to experience a new pain, or it's just an indifference.
Right.
So this is what I can say about relationships. Now maybe it's time to talk about health, right? Because we see that it's a lady, it's a woman, it's a nun. So, and this woman relates to magic because her main domain is magic. We understand that when we see this card as a main one in the layout for health, it's about psychological problems. It's about all the types of psychological problems, starting from insomnia to schizophrenia. Also, it's about women's problems like irregular monthly periods or even sometimes infertility. So it's about psyche, pain of psyche, problems related to psyche, and women's problems. And if we need to treat it, I think that in such a case, it's a suggestion to turn to a psychotherapist or a psychologist when you need treatment in this situation, when you have a problem with your health. It will be probably related to psyche.
Just a quick question. So you were saying that it could also be a man.
Yes, for sure.
Right.
Yes.
So in that case,
in such a case, for sure, it's not a problem with the periods, but maybe with hormones. Again, it may be a problem with reproductivity. Why? Because it's about being infertile. Both men and women may be infertile, right? So I emphasized the women's problems because it can be like irregular periods, right? So it happens in women, but infertility happens in everybody.
right. Okay.
And also schizophrenia happens in everybody, right? So it can be both men and women, and we should remember all the time that any tarot card can signify a man, a woman, and a situation.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about financial situation, right? So if we see this card as the significant card in our layout about business, finances, we need to understand that the High Priestess is not interested in gaining a profit. This is not her specialty. She uses that money that she has at her disposal, and because she is under auspices of higher forces, she always gets enough money for completing her mission. She is not interested in money. For sure, she needs some money, but only in order to fulfill her mission. And she does not care about money. And sometimes, because people see that this person is financially disinterested, it may be attractive to some extent, but then they realize that this person does not care about money. So it's not, let's say, a good householder. And we also can say that if we get this card in a layout about business, it's about stability. It's not about tragedy. It's not about loss of your money. No, it's about stability. But I wouldn't call this stability, prosperity, or thriving.
Okay. Right. It's not a greedy card. It doesn't
It's
symbolize
not. It's
greed.
not a greedy card, disinterested, but it won't help you to gain money. And also one more thing that I want to say, if you see this card, if you need advice, like what shall I do in my business? In such a case, when you see this, it means you have to rely on your intuition. It's not about reasoning, it's about intuition. Rely on your intuition. Maybe it will help you.
It's not always easy to rely on intuition.
Never. No, sometimes, my father had a very strong intuition. I believe that some people have very strong intuition.
Well, the cards are beautiful too. It's nice to compare them, to sort of see that there's a lot of similarities, some differences as well.
Yes, some people say that these cards are clones, right? So clones of this one traditional deck, because you see the same symbols, you see the same, not the same presentation, very similar presentation.
So again, if you have specific questions about the High Priestess card, let us know in the comments, and Dina would be very happy to answer
I
your
would be
questions.
very happy to answer all your questions.
And also let us know which one is your favorite. I personally like this one the most. This is my favorite.
You know, right now I would prefer this one.
The Russian.
The Russian High Priestess.
Beautiful.
Yes. She's colorful. So we understand that it's a bit boring card, right? A bit boring. So this is the most colorful.
Thank you so much for watching, and until next time.
Thank you and subscribe.